Welcome to Product by Design with Kyle and Eva,
a podcast about product management and product design,
where we'll talk about subjects from product strategy to inclusive design.
Every episode, we just have a good conversation about all the things that you may already know or not know, and occasionally we'll have a guest from maybe engineering or other product managers and designers to talk about all these topics.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Product by Design. How's it going, Eva?
Great. I am very sleepy right now because today's my husband's birthday and I spent all night, multiple nights putting together, I think it's a cute little video of all his friends saying happy birthday. And I did some test screening with his, few of the closer friends and then delivered that this morning at 5:50 this morning. I am not a morning person. So it's been a long day already. I've been up for like double the hours that I usually have, experienced by this time.
Is he a morning person or did you like wake him up early?
I'm so glad you asked. So he is a very morning person, okay. And he wakes up every day at 6 and I wake up every day at like 8:30. So there's like, we always joke about how he lives a whole other life before I wake up. And when he goes to bed, I live my other life at night. So that's kind of how it goes in this household. Are you a morning person?
No.
What? No
I would say no, if I'm choosing, definitely more of a night owl. I'm not like not a morning person. I wouldn't classify myself as like a bear in the morning or anything, but I'm definitely not
very neutral.
Yeah, I'm a neutral morning person. So I'm like okay in the morning, but I'm not getting up early. I'm not like a 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock wake up person, especially now. So I'm pretty, neutral, get up, 7:30, maybe 8. Yeah. Okay. And then taking it pretty easy type of thing. So hats off to the folks who get up super early and like exercise and have like a full day before the rest of us are like even getting started. That's not me. So
yeah, that's a different life. But what do you mean by like nowadays you're getting up at 7, you said?
Yeah. Well, since we don't have to commute anymore, that used to be earlier. So
and you're telling me you're not a morning person? What time did you used to wake up like with the commuting?
It was probably earlier, like 6 or 6:30, to get things moving and get into the office and all that jazz, especially with longer commutes. So when we were working together, my commute was a little less, but then before that, I had a longer commute. It was like between 45 minutes and an hour. So that was a tougher one. That was a get up even earlier to commute in. This is so terrible thinking about these like commutes. I guess one of the good things that has come out of being able to work from home is getting rid of these awful commutes that everybody had, or a lot of us had. I know not everybody has gotten rid of their commutes, but
we hope that you're getting some sleep. I would call that time, like for folks that are working from home now, I want to coin this term like BC, not before Christ, but before COVID. The commuting definitely a BC thing for me. And there was something I was going to mention about commuting and I totally forgot already, but I do also want to mention that if you're waking up at 6 o'clock, even with a 45 minutes commute, I feel like you're considered a morning person. You know what I'm saying? That's 3 hours before you start work.
Yeah. It depends on when work starts. So like some companies start their meetings and start stuff earlier, which
how early?
8 or 8:30, like what? depending on where you have folks working. So especially if you have a lot of people working more East Coast and that sort of stuff. So, I mean, they've already been in the office for several hours by the time you're rolling in and that sort of thing. So they're expecting more of us folks on the West Coast to be in even earlier, which makes it even more important to get up early and that sort of stuff.
Actually, sometimes I just forget there are other human experiences that are not mine that I'm like, why does that happen? But even my husband, he does that. I see him in meetings at like 7 a.m. for that exact reason you mentioned. I'm like, whew, that's too early. But this society, I'm sure that you have seen articles talking about like the 9 to 5 culture is not for people that don't wake up early, because I am most productive. Guess what time?
11 o'clock at night.
Oh, that's too early for creativity. 11 o'clock is when I'm getting into it. But when the city kind of like goes to bed, that's when I'm like, oh, okay, that's my time to thrive. And that's when my best work happened. It's like the 1 a.m., 2 a.m. time frame. Yep. I do have one question for you, though. I think this will actually really define and draw the line of morning person or night owl. Is that, let's say if you have to catch a plane and you have to be at the airport at 4:30 a.m., do you sleep or do you stay up the night before?
Oh man, that's tough. No, I probably in earlier days would have just stayed up. I probably try and get some sleep at this point though. But I think I'm like you. I find like my most creative and productive time late in the evening. So like if I want to do writing, like just uninterrupted writing, I find everything is just, it flows at night. So that is like, and that's like when the best ideas are coming. That's just when everything like really starts clicking. And so that's, I'm with you. Like, I love it. Not like the 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. Like that's a younger person's game. I think at some point that time just starts slowly moving backwards, where it's like 11 o'clock and whatnot. But yeah, if I'm choosing between like, when am I going to be doing work, I would definitely choose late at night as opposed to early in the morning. Like that's early morning things just are not clicking, and I wouldn't expect them to start clicking until later.
Again, still outside of the 9 to 5 window. I feel like I just will never, I've learned to, live in this society and be part of the workforce. Have to do it, got to do it. But if I get to choose, I will, when I become a billionaire at some point, I will start a company and we'll try out this 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. hours. I wonder, what? I almost wanted to just put a job posting, a fake one, to see how many people actually apply. This sounds insane, but I do feel like some people probably prefer that. I don't know. Yeah,
probably a lot of people actually. I don't think everybody fits. I've thought for a long time we try and fit way too many people into the mold of 9, like you're saying, 9 to 5 or whatever time, and that's just not the most creative or productive time for everybody. And so trying to kind of smash everybody into the same schedule or same mold just is not the most productive or the most efficient.
I agree. And I also wonder, like, are we ever going to move into, let's say, like 200 years later, hopefully sooner, we'll just get smart enough to say, okay, Monday and Tuesday, we have, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., all meetings. The rest of the week, get your work done. Goodbye. That sounds nice too.
Yeah, I'd say probably sooner, and hopefully with the help of technology and other tools that we'll be seeing more and more of very soon, we will be able to have more focus time and more blocks of meeting time, because I think that is, I can jump on my soapbox for that one for quite a while. Yeah.
And I know you're referring to the technology of teleportation, right?
All sorts of different technology.
I'm hoping for teleportation, but we'll see. I'll give it 200 years. Won't be here to see it, but I feel like this is like, again, getting to a spot where I'm trying to just segue into what we were talking about today, and there's no left or right that I can do to get there. So let's just come on and say it. Today, we're going to talk about also something really fun. It is what is that? How do you guys, by you guys, I mean like the general, like American folks, how do you guys describe this season? Like the season of giving?
Sure.
There's a saying for that, right? The season, the holidays of giving. Am I watching too many commercials? They use that line a lot.
I think maybe, yeah.
The capitalism is speaking to me.
Yeah, it's sounding like we're almost jumping into a commercial. We'll just go with like the holiday season. How about that?
Yes.
Gift giving season. Maybe that's where we want to go.
The holiday of giving you money to capitalism. But we are talking about gifting today.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Who are we gifting to, Kyle?
So product managers and product designers. So we know that you may have some product managers or product designers in your life, or if you are a product manager or product designer, share this episode with somebody who may need to think of some gifts for you. And we want to share some gift ideas for product managers and product designers, some things that you can either buy for them or use as ideas for yourself during the holiday season. So with that, we have prepared some lists here and we'll jump into it. So we will start first with our list of gifts for product managers. So I've broken this down into roughly 5 ideas. Actually, I'm going to go with 6 ideas. 2 less expensive, more expensive, and most expensive. So in each of those categories. So starting with the less expensive. So if you're looking for, just some stocking stuffer type ideas, here we go. First up is what I'm calling estimation dice. I think these are hilarious. I think we've all had the experience of having to estimate how long a project will take. Whether that's from executives or leaderships or managers wanting to know how long is that feature going to be? When can I expect it? And often, they don't want a lot of the nuance of the customer feedback or, the other things that go into that. So with the estimation dice, it's 2 die.
I love this.
Yeah. 2 dice. You can roll, one with the numbers and one with weeks, months, days, and years. And it can just tell you how long it's going to take. So this is great for product managers, great for the product team, developers, for anybody. You just roll the dice and let it decide how long it's going to take without having to go into all the work of estimating and that sort of stuff. So is it going to be 4 weeks? Is it going to be 4 months? Just let the dice decide.
Do a quick demo right now. Let's pretend I'm I don't know, VP of something. Okay.
All right.
And you're building the feature. Okay. Hold on. I need to make up a feature right now in my head. Okay. Hey, Kyle, just curious, just dropping in to check in, and can you tell me how long that sign in page for, I don't know, our Bigfoot customer group, how long is that going to take?
Oh yeah. I've got it right here. Hold on.
Tell me. Very curious.
You're in serious luck because it's only going to take 1 week.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That is a dream.
Dream come true for you. So you're fortunate you came in and asked me today because it's a 1 week feature.
Hey, what about the filtering? The filtering. Yeah.
Good question. Ooh, I'm afraid that one's going to be 2 months. So okay. Got a little
Still
longer to wait.
Reasonable, I feel like.
Yeah.
This is great though. I do love. Yeah. Great idea.
Yeah. So
really love this.
You can, we'll put the link in the show notes for that one. That's a great little stocking stuffer for some estimation dice where you can get those. They're beautiful wooden dice. Love them. All right. Next up, another great stocking stuffer idea is a product manager book. So I have a list of a number of product manager books if you're looking for a bunch of different choices. But the one that I'm calling out here, brand new one out from Marty Kagan and Chris Jones called Empowered. So follow up on their book Inspired, which is just a core one for product managers, often looked at as like the Bible for product management, but a brand new one that has just come out from them. I believe it came out like yesterday or the day before. What? So it's like brand new. Yeah. So just super relevant. You can get it hot off the presses, empowered. I haven't even had a chance to read it yet. It is on my short list, so I'll probably start it here in the next like couple of days. But it will just show how up to date you are with like the latest product management stuff, buying the latest product management books. So you can't go wrong with it. It's called Empowered, available everywhere you buy books, no doubt. So great one. I would say probably very likely that whoever is on your list doesn't have it yet because, again, it's so new. But if you're looking for other book ideas too, we'll have some other links for you to kind of take a look. A book, always a great stocking stuffer, always a great idea. So that's kind of our stocking stuffer, less expensive list.
I love this one. Just a casual question.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about my husband, Colby, when you were coming up with this list? Because he is a product manager, super reader. He loves reading about work in his off time. And this is perfect. So thank you for this idea.
No, I was thinking about all product managers. And I was mostly just basing this off of myself. So like making a list for me and like all the product managers I know. So hopefully this is good, but glad to hear that. All right. Getting into slightly more expensive. So it's kind of like your mid-range, a little bit more expensive. First off is a leather notebook cover. So we as product managers are like, we're always into like the latest technology and things like that. But sometimes we just need to take things offline, be able to take notes and do it in a very tactile way. And I think a notebook is an awesome way to do that. And this leather notebook cover comes from Saddleback. Huge fan of their leather products. They're just super durable and super, just incredibly nice. So you can put any notebook in there. This one is specifically made for like moleskin notebooks, but I think it could fit any notebook of that same size. And it's absolutely gorgeous if you like notebook covers. And so you can swap in and out notebooks like as you fill them up. And it's got a place for your pen, place to hold other things as well. So like as you're either going to meetings or just hanging out at your desk, you have a beautiful notebook and notebook cover. That is and coming in at about $89 for that. So perfect, like long lasting. If you want something that's going to last like forever, I think it's a great option. And so that's option one in kind of our more expensive range. Option two is something that I'm a big fan of. If they don't already have this, you can do an Audible gift subscription. So, we talked a little bit about the love for reading, and Audible gift subscriptions you can do like in any block of time. So a 1-year subscription for $150 is, I think, an awesome gift, because not only do you get your choice of a book each month, but you also get access to their entire catalog of free books for the entire year, which is actually pretty extensive and has just a lot of really, really good choices as well. So there's a good chance that you can add to your favorite product manager's ability to read a whole lot by gifting them an Audible subscription. So nice mid-range options there, those two.
That's really nice, because sometimes it depends on how well you know that person, right? You can't really pick out the one thing sometimes. Yeah. And instead of giving a gift card, I feel like an Audible, subscription is like, here you go. Oh, then now I can pick what I want to listen to, right? That's really nice.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I gave that to my brother last year, and he liked it a lot. We both really like Audible. So it's good. It's like a really good option. I'm a big fan. And I really love audiobooks. They're it's nice to mix them in with your physical books. So you can just listen to them on the go, depending on how much you're going and stuff. But anyway.
Yeah, no commuting. So
yeah,
when you're cleaning and stuff, that's a good activity to do at the same time too. Some people love it.
It is. Yeah. Cleaning, exercising, just out for a walk, whatever. It's a good chance. All right. Now, most expensive. So 2 gift sets here in kind of the most expensive tier. And this, I might cheat. There might be 3. They're all kind of between like around $250 to $350. So this is for somebody that you really like as a product manager. Probably not just like a casual acquaintance product manager, unless you're a billionaire and you're just like, I don't really know you, but you seem like a nice person. So I'm going to just,
here's some chum change.
Yeah. Here's a few $100, whatever.
Yep. Spousal level of gifting.
Yes, it is.
I would say.
Yep,
yeah,
exactly. All right. First up is a Mind the Product annual membership. So this comes in at $250, and it is what they call their prioritized membership, and comes with their weekly newsletter, their online videos, their regular meetups. So they do like virtual meetups that you get invited to, and then discounts to like conferences and stuff like that. But it is probably like one of the premier product management groups, and being in on that, getting access to like all of the content, the articles, the training videos, the weekly newsletter with all the information that they send out, as well as just like the meetups that they do. They bring in a lot of people for talks and discussions and AMAs, ask me anythings, that sort of thing. Really good just to get together with fellow product managers. And so for $250, an annual membership to that, I've been a member of it for a while now. It's a great group. It's a great community. So it's a really good option if the product manager isn't already part of that group. It's a great gift idea.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Next up is a webcam and mic bundle for your at-home office. So I've noticed that I think the webcam and mics for a lot of people have been an afterthought, which is unfortunate because it's pretty much the only way that we interact anymore. So don't let your product managing your life suffer from a bad webcam and mic when that's the only way that their coworkers will hear them and see them, and the way that they interact with everybody every day.
Love this.
Yeah. Having good audio and good video quality is going to be even more important, hopefully for a long time. So if you or someone has been using a poor webcam, or has been just defaulting to like the built-in stuff on the laptop, it's probably time for an upgrade. And so I have been using the Logitech 922 and a Blue Yeti that I have hooked into my laptop. So I wasn't doing that before, but have started to. The sound quality I tested it out. It's a lot better. So I would suggest that you can get a bundle for about $220. So super nice gift to like really up your audio and webcam game. You can get a lot more expensive. Like you could run like a mirrorless camera as your webcam if you wanted to, but then you start getting into like the $500 or $600 for just the camera. So
can't quite move that either. Like when you're doing meetings, if you, let's say, because me and Cole, we share one room, you can't really move a mirrorless camera as you move to the other room.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little less mobile. It's like super nice quality if you're doing like a lot of video or streaming or that sort of stuff. And it could double as an actual camera that you could use. But for the purposes of like work, this like having an actual webcam is probably as good as you need for most cases, and really good. So that bundle super nice. Plugs right into your computer, and really good video and audio. And last one is like a bonus. I wasn't planning on doing 3 in this category, but if you don't have a really good set of noise canceling headphones, so I threw on here the Bose 700, because I think that if I was buying headphones right now, that would be the pair I would get. And I went through testing a lot of headphones, and there are a lot of good ones. So Sony, I think if you've looked at headphones, those are great. The Bose Quiet Comfort 35 too, awesome. I'm using Jabra 85H, which are really, really good as well. But if I was buying some right now, I think the Bose 700 would be the ones that I would get, coming in at about $340 as a price point. Just super good. Really good call quality, really good sound, noise cancellation. They look really, really slick and everything. So that would be like, you'll be quite the good gifter with a pair of headphones like that.
You're welcome, you guys. Yeah, like these are really good ideas. And Kyle, I really have to ask you again, like, are you sure you didn't have Colby in mind when you were writing this list? Because everything you have mentioned, just like giant checkbox.
We did a call before and we went through a list of things. And so
Eva,
now you have a list of things specifically for him that he wants you to go buy. I wasn't supposed to tell you though.
Dang it, I was supposed to send him this episode so he knows what to get me. So I guess I tricked myself by doing this episode with you here. But I do want to say that he has been stealing my headphones. I have some Bose ones that are corded, but they're very similar to the level of headphones that you were mentioning. I think mine, they are quiet comfort, but corded. Mm-hmm. So it's not the wireless kind, not super fancy enough. Anyways, so he definitely wants them. So I just might. And he just got a new webcam yesterday, and he told me that there has been a shortage of nicer webcam because everyone's buying them, which is crazy to hear.
There has definitely been. So like when everybody went to work from home, I actually went to buy a webcam. I think I might have mentioned this. I went to buy a webcam because I was like, I should upgrade my webcam. None to be found anywhere. I was like, that was stupid of me to think that I could go buy a webcam right now. So was fortunate that I already had one, but recently realized that like I had been using an old webcam for a long time and needed to upgrade. And so I went and upgraded myself, and the quality is definitely there. I would say though, some of the less expensive like HD webcams, they're okay. Like I tested out. So I tested out about like some webcams. I bought several webcams to try them out and just see like quality difference. Like the Logitech, it was superior. It's more expensive, but the quality is definitely superior to like some of the non-name brand webcams that you could get. So if you're just upgrading from a not good one at all, those are probably good upgrades. But if you want to like make a big jump up, I would definitely go with like I got the Logitech 922, and it's pretty sweet.
I feel like this is such a funny phenomenon because like I do remember you mentioning that you couldn't find a webcam to buy, and that was when I was trying to buy a microphone. My Yeti was like, nope, sold out everywhere. And I think I also made the statement that there are probably 300 new podcasts starting every day during that time, which I still stand strong by. And I am suspecting, you know how everyone's trying to get PS5s right now? Webcam and microphone are probably closely behind us, like the second and third, most sought out product on the market. So if you guys want to buy my Yeti for $2,000, tweet at me. Okay. I'll let you have this. But yeah, those are really good idea. And I'm also thinking that those are things that, you probably have that on your work laptop and a really crappy quality one, or, oh, you know what? There's this particular person I'm thinking, he actually has been on this podcast before that I'm not going to call out their name. They actually, if they're listening to this, I want I want that person to reach out to me and confirm because I want to know that you're listening. But anyways, he has a IBM ThinkPad or something from work, and the camera, for some reason, I don't know why they did this. The placement of the camera is like right at the hinge of the screen of the laptop and the keyboard. So it's like right at that armpit area. So the camera is shooting upward to your face. I don't know who made that decision to put that webcam there on that laptop, but it's very unfortunate. And
yeah, I had a laptop like that as well a long time ago. And yeah, definitely if you're using just the webcam on your laptop, it's worth it to get an external one just for the sake of like being able to position it well and think about that sort of thing. Like I'm a big fan of just thinking through those types of things and like, where am I positioning like the webcam so that it looks like it gives a good shot of like the room, and you like get it up a little bit higher and all of that sort of stuff. And like, especially if it's low and you're like having on your laptop and it's like shooting up at you is not flattering at all. So like, if you can get an external webcam and get it up higher, do it.
That's right. Or if your friends or spouses, whoever, have that situation, help them out, please.
Yeah. All right.
I really like your list.
There you go.
And I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
All right. Product designers. So before I start, very quick, just want to put it out there that I really had to go back and forth on a lot of the items because it's a difficult year to buy things for people, because I think I didn't realize this, but buying things for other people, a lot of the stuff that I was gifting other people, it's like traveling stuff, it would be nice if you go on a trip with this thing or that thing, and this year it's like, no, I don't feel like it's going to be fun at all to be like, hey, here's your traveling laptop case, like stuff like that. And I was like writing down my criteria, what is actually going to be helpful, right? First, for me, I'm like, I want to give something useful, maybe pretty, doesn't have to be, but it should be pretty because we're talking about product designers here. Make it functional and then make it pretty, right? So that's what we believe in. And when it comes to gifting, I also want it to be somewhat unexpected. Anyways, I went through this whole exercise and generated this list. And then I look at the list, I'm like, okay, this is not as like earth shattering as I want it to be, but there are definitely things that I'm like, yes, I want this. Okay. So there's the EVA guarantee there. Tweet at me if you don't think they are useful. And yeah, let's start with the first one is, I don't know if you guys have heard of Moo. They were doing a lot of marketing on their business cards a few years ago. So some of you might have used them for that. And they have these really, really nice notebooks, and they are not in bulk. They're just individual notebooks. And we're going to put the link in the show notes, but they are really nice hardcover notebooks that have a cloth cover. It's kind of like imagine like a very light, solid photo album, but not like a grandma one. They have like very vibrant colors, like a bright yellow, limeish yellow, and then a bright red, and then a clear water blue, and a black one for, the cool people out there. And the one thing why I specifically recommend this one is because the binding is, how do I describe this? So, you know how the top cover sheet usually is attached to your hardcover. So when you open it, it doesn't lay flat, right? This one has an open binding. So then the top cover sheet doesn't attach to your hardcover. So when you open it, the stack of paper is still a stack of paper, and it lays completely flat when you're doing work in your notebook, which is something that I really, really appreciate. And because it's really annoying when you're doing work and then you're trying to find, like a mug, sticky note, whatever to keep it open. This is probably one of the best decisions I've seen, in notebooks. So I don't know why, people don't do this more often. Like, it's hard to find a lay flat notebooks unless you do like a spiral bound, but this one has like a nice hardcover. Okay. I feel like I can talk about this for 2 hours because I I don't know if you guys know, I used to, well, it was for fun. I taught bookbinding workshops for a little bit. And so I really am into this thing, this notebook. And also the paper is really nice. So the paper is on their website, it says that it's 100 GSM. So the thickness of each sheet is actually really, really nice. So to give you like a idea of how nice and thick the paper is, like you've seen those composition notebooks that you have used in high school, right? Mm-hmm. Those composition notebook, their paper, I think it's about like 50 GSM. So the paper that they're using for this Moo notebook is like double. Okay. It's very nice. I also have some fancy color paper in the middle of it. It kind of like creates this cool color contrast with the cover cloth. Anyways, it looks cool. It's, again, lay flat, so super functional. Oh, and did I mention that the pages also come with both lined option and dotted? So the dotted option is great for wireframing for all product designers out there, and is only $20, which is crazy. I'm actually really surprised that it's only $20. So yeah, pick one up. I feel like this one is like perfect for someone that you respect, but not like, this is not a super personal gift. You don't have to know them super well to give to them. So
all right.
Nice.
No, those are, I'm looking at them right now. Those look pretty cool. I might have to pick one of those up and just see what it's like. Cool.
Yeah. And I challenge you to go look at their marketing video for this notebook, which will, put the link in the show notes too. After you watch that video and you tell me you don't want to buy this notebook, I'll call you insane, because there's something magical in that video that I'm like, yes, I want to buy 100 of them today.
I like the call outs we've both made to, like, we're both very into obviously digital products and all of that, but we get things going with like getting offline and notebooks and very tactile, that sort of thing. I think product managers and product designers really like that, bring things back into the real world and, do some writing, pen and paper and that sort of thing. It's a great way to do it.
Yeah. Straight brain to paper, no filtering, no need to, make it all clean in a Word doc, whatever. I think that also hinders, your thinking process when you have to be like, oh, how do I format this? Do I need to do it as a heading? Do I do it as a, bulleted list, whatever? No, just put it down on paper, get it done. Right. Okay. My second one is, this is now we're bouncing back to the digital world of digital products, and it is a few services that I recommend to get for your product designer friend or coworker or partner. It is a bunch of subscriptions that I really like. And for this one, I do want to put out a disclaimer that I actually was thinking like, oh, okay, cool. Let's list out some prototyping tool or like design tools. But those are things that I'm like, okay, your work should be paying for that subscription for the core stuff to your work, right? Unless your friend or, your product designer that you're thinking in mind, actually that's freelance. That's a different thing. But yeah, so what I'm about to recommend to you is not like the core stuff that they probably already have a to have means to get to these products, but they're like things that will boost their productivity. Okay. Are you ready? I feel like I gave a very long word to that, but the first one, Set App. Which is the service that I brought up in the last episode. It's a subscription service that gives you a bunch of Mac specific products. And a lot of them also are available on iOS, $9.99 per month. So I feel like that is probably one of the most exciting things that you can get somebody and be like, hey, now you have access to 200 plus, applications that you can just download and use. Right. And if they don't like it, cancel the subscription, whatever. And I think this is actually, one of my favorite services I've gotten this year in 2020 myself. So second one is the Noun project. So this one is specific to maybe UI designers would find is very useful too, because this Noun project, they provide a library of icons and they're, a wide spectrum of fidelity within. And it's just super handy. It has like a plugin that you can drag the icons you're searching for. Once you find the one you want, drag it straight into Sketch. It will come out as like a PNG or SVG, whatever you need, right? I feel like, anyways, if you have a product designer friend, they will find it very, very useful. This one is a little more pricey, and it's $39.99 for a year. But I would say that this is probably one of the, I would call them like useful secret weapons. So think about that. And then the third one is called Blush. It is a modular illustration system. So this one is very interesting. It's a newer product, and it's basically you can check a bunch of boxes to get an illustration in the style that you want. So instead of having to go to a freelancer or having to, go finance stock images, whatever, and this is $12 a month, and immediately you can say, I want a cityscape behind a person, but I also want a cat in front of it. And they have different styles and they're done by different illustrators too, but this is all, modular, so you can check off all the options right in front of you and you know what you're getting. It is, again, $12 a month. And I think, it's definitely one of the more creative, things that I've seen on the internet. Because it's, when we talk about illustration, it's always like you either get stock or you get a specific one from Illustrator, or, you make it yourself. But this one's kind of the in-between. You get it quick, but still, fitting to subject matter that your designer friend might be designing to. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
The last subscription gifting idea that I have, this one is maybe more specific to the person. So the idea is gifting them a course on Udemy. I still to this day don't know the name, but UDEMY. So it is basically online courses that you can gift to somebody. This one actually is really nice because they already have that feature on their site to, send that as a gift. And if you want to, give them a specific course and you're not sure what they need, really look at their job title and type that in the search box, and you will find a whole list of, courses that you can gift. So those are the subscription / digital product gifting ideas. And I think it's nice, especially when, I don't know, this year you're not going to be seeing friends or people in person. You can just email them, hey, this is what I got you. What's your email? I want to sign you up for this. Or, this is very convenient. And then, so that was my second list item. And I feel like I'm cheating a little bit, but then now we're going back to the physical product stuff. And this one, I saw it and I was like, ooh, I want this. So it might be a little bit for me, wink, wink, Colby, if you're listening, I want this. So it is on drop.com. And this is where I usually get my mechanical keyboard stuff. But they just put out this wooden wrist rest. It's such a mouthful to say. Wrist rest.
Wooden wrist rest too.
Exactly. Like wooden wrist rests. Rest. Can you?
Wooden wrist rest.
Thank you. Why I say it, the more I'm like, it doesn't even sound real anymore. But usually you've seen those on Amazon that they're like usually like a slab of Jello, right? Mm-hmm. It's not pretty. It's just very much like that neoprene material. That's what you usually find when you talk about wrist rest. This one, it's wood. It's like a cherry wood color. Kyle, you're the wood expert in this room. So you tell me, but it's on drop.com called the Orcas wooden wrist rest. It's only let's see, $36 for the full size. And that's another thing too. You can choose a 40% size, 60% size, or full size for lunatics like me that have a full size mechanical keyboard. I would say it's a great, price point, and it's a very unique looking rest that you don't find often, I feel like. So, and for designers too, I feel like, I don't know if you as a product manager feels the same, is that I switch back and forth a lot between my mouse and my keyboard. And sometimes I have one hand on my mouse, one hand on my keyboard because, hotkey and designing, all that stuff. Right. And I do think that this is a very thoughtful gift for my, wrist health. Is that a thing? Wrist health. So think about it. And my fourth item on the list is very similar. But this one is for your posture and maybe your, I don't know, can I call it butt health? Because it is a seat cushion from Purple. So Purple, I'm sure you have heard about their mattress by now, but we're all working from home and some of you might not have a really nice computer chair, or, you're just pulling your dining chair for now and see what happens, when COVID goes away. You'll go back to the office, but too bad we're heading into 2021 still, working from home. And a seat cushion just sounds nice. And it's a very similar technology that they use for the mattress, but this one basically it's a smaller square of the mattress and thinner. And they have different price points for the different level of cushions that you want to get to. I'm not even kidding. They literally have 8 different options for cushions. So I think that's a thoughtful gift. And it is more expensive than the stuff that I've talked about just now. So these cushions are ranging about like $50 to $100. There is like $100 something one too. But yeah, it depends on how comfortable you are with spending money. There's a range to that. So my last one, this one is not really job related, but definitely work from home related. I feel like I'm just like moving from my the most job related items to like the least related items. So this one is that to help everyone to get through this work from home. Some people love it, some people hate it, but a candle subscription because we all need to chill. This is a crazy year. Okay. And I like this service called Bella Box. Colby and I just started trying it because we're just stuck at home. We try to make it as comfortable as possible. Right. And I like this brand because they have a specific option on their website that you can actually gift to somebody. And it's $60 for 3 months and it's all prepaid. So you don't have to like worry about, oh, what if Sandy doesn't cancel it or Johnny doesn't cancel it or whatever it is. Or, that weird, like, oh, what do I do with a subscription for somebody? Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was a very thoughtful feature that they built that. And $60 for 3 months, that's a healthy amount of, dollars for someone. So anyways, so those are my recommendations. And I feel like my options are not as fancy as yours, but definitely if you want to buy me all 5 or 6 different colors of the notebook, Colby, you're welcome to. Anyways, so yeah, I do want to toss a bonus out there. That is, this one is going to feel very out of the left field, but this is, again, I didn't even expect to feel the shock and surprise when I got the actual email. Okay, do you know what it is?
No.
To a wild. It is postage stamp. Like I'm talking about like. Okay. I can see your face looking really confused. So this was an idea that I came up with. Like this year, some of my friends are getting stamps. Do you know why?
To send Christmas cards?
That, and I'm forcing them to write me letters. This sounds really awful, but here's the thing. This sounds stupid, but just wait. Hold on. I know this is a podcast, but we're going to upload a photo of this. Perfect. I just ran down the street to my post office to grab these examples to show you why stems are awesome. It's actually a gift. I'm not kidding you. Do you see? We're going to upload a photo of this sheet of well-designed postage stems that I have. Do you see how beautiful they are? And also these ones that they just put out, this has gold foil on it that says thank you. Anyways, so I think this is a very unexpected gift, but again, some of my friends are going to get this year. Anyways.
Nice. No, that's really cool. I like the idea of the postage stamp and then like doing the letter writing and sending stuff like back and forth. That's very kind of like a throwback to like the way we used to communicate, and gives you something like to actually write and then send and then look forward to. So I like it.
Yep. That one is probably, again, very much unexpected, but it's like, oh, look at these nice dragon stamps that are, just fun to use. Yeah. But anyways, seriously. Better than gift cards, in my opinion.
Yeah. And you've got me going down this rabbit hole too of looking at wood wrist rests. So I've just been like searching different wood wrist rests. I didn't even realize that was a thing, but now I do. And I'm looking at a whole bunch of different ones.
They're cool, huh?
Yeah, no, they're very cool. Anytime I see something like that, I'm like, I should make that.
You're going to see it on Kyle's shop very, very soon.
You very well might. I might have to see about making something like that. I can definitely see why, especially with a mechanical keyboard, you would want something like that.
So and I would think, actually, you know what's a great idea? Gift somebody that wooden wrist rest and then toss in a leather mouse pad or something fancy in there. That'd be cool, huh?
Oh yeah, that'd be really cool. Really make your space look just awesome. So I love it. Like the idea of really taking some time and making your space like your work from home space.
Yeah.
Functional and nice. I think that was part of some of the theme that we were talking about. So how do you really improve some of the space with like things to put on your desk, cushions, candles, better audio and video? Like that was definitely one of the themes that I feel like came through in the gift list among some others.
Totally. And I do want to ask you though, like, what are your views on gift cards? Like getting one in the mail, getting one in person. Like, do you feel like, oh, great, I can spend it on whatever I want, but or is it like, whatever? How do you feel about them?
I like gift cards. So I feel like they're nice in that they're like a no reason to feel bad about like spending on yourself or spending on something that you might not otherwise have. So I guess it's kind of like almost like a, hey, you don't need to feel bad about buying something ticket. Like here's a gift card for dinner. And that way it's like, we should go out to dinner because, we've got a gift card, or, we should order in because we've got a gift card as opposed to make something, or I can buy something guilt-free because we have gift card. So anyway, that they are enjoyable in that way. We try not to give too many just because we don't want that to be like always the thing to fall back on. There's certainly like we have family that live far away, so we will sometimes do gift cards back and forth. My wife will often order gifts and send, but we will receive gift cards periodically, and that's nice. But anyway, I guess they're a good fallback, especially when it's like we have no idea what to do. Like we're out of ideas and this person is not being helpful, which happens just too often with certain family members. Like they're not being helpful. We have no idea, but they like such and such thing. So they're getting a gift card and that's what you get. So anyway.
That's a very good point. So you touched on something that is like the core of this problem is that getting a gift card from somebody, like on the receiving end, you're like, sweet, I can spend it on whatever I want. And I personally feel like I always end up spending more money than I would have spent at that particular store if I didn't have the gift card. Because like, for example, somebody gave me an Anthropology one. I don't ever buy anything from there. And then I ended up, okay, I'll get some bowls and I was going to get a shirt or whatever there. But then it's like, everything's $300. What do you do with a $50 gift card, right? Anyways, either that or, I still love that gift card. I don't think that person's listening to this podcast, but on the receiving end, it's an experience that it's like, oh, I have this thing. Sweet. I can do whatever I want with it. But on the giving end, you said it. It's like, you don't want to use that as like, oh, we'll just do this. It seems kind of like thoughtless, right? A little bit. Yeah. I feel like I feel that way when I go to that space.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree completely with that. It feels like it can be just not as thoughtful as something else. And so I feel like we try and use it more sparingly. Otherwise, yeah, it just feels like you're not putting in the effort. But you're right. Like when you're on the receiving end, you're like, haha, sweet. I don't have to feel bad. Like, exactly. buying stuff for myself or, going out or doing whatever, going to the movies or you could go to movies. This back when that was more of a thing, or going out to dinner and stuff. I say that thinking BC, before COVID.
BC. That's right.
Yeah.
So I guess, can I just say that my product gripe and shout out this week is both gift cards, just depending on what side you're on. So yeah, that's why this year I'm trying not to do gift cards and just kind of like giving us, sheet of very beautifully designed stamps for my friends and I to communicate more. And I don't know, maybe it's just more fun for me to think about how I'm making them write me letters, but I'll find out if they write me letters and say, I wish you'd give me, gift cards instead of stamps. I'll let you guys know. So there's that. But if you do end up with gift cards, I don't know if that happens to you, getting cards to brands or stores that you just don't use or need. There's a subreddit called gift card. Gift is such a weird word for me to say as a ESL person. Sorry. Gift card exchange subreddit. Go on there and you can actually trade people gift cards that you don't want. So we don't end up with a bunch of stuff from stores that we don't need.
Nice.
So yeah. Do you have any product shout out or gripes? I feel like we just went through a whole thing about gift card.
Yeah. No, that's probably good. Yeah. Like the gift cards. Don't like when they make them particularly difficult to use. I don't have like a specific example, but we've found like at various times, especially with like the with some specific store ones or with just like Visa ones, like at times they've just made it so difficult to either activate or use or like jump through hoops and that sort of stuff. And it just shouldn't be that way. Like, so gift cards, positive, but should be very, very easy to use, and check balances and all of that sort of stuff. So I don't have like a specific example of like when that was hard, but it has been hard at various times in the past. And maybe next time I'll come with some examples of that. But I know that some of those experiences have been really difficult. So
yeah, I remember that. Oh, you know what? I think this year I've gotten more gift cards than usual because of the distance. You can mail it, it's all cool. But so I remember I was doing Target and then my mother-in-law got me like what is that store? Bath Body something. There are 3 words in a title.
Bed Bath and Beyond or Bath and Body
Not that
Works?
one. The other one. That one. Bath and Body Works. Yeah. That's right. We don't go to the malls anymore, so I do not remember the name of that store. It's the only time I see that store is when I end up accidentally at a mall, which is not often, ever. But anyways, I remember putting those in. They're very different experiences. And I can't remember which one. One of them, you have to sign up for an account so that you can store the amount in your account, which at the time I was like, this is whatever. But then I was thinking like, if I don't need to use the amount on the spot, actually is pretty convenient to store it in your account so that you can just like next time when you come back, okay, I remember I have money in there. Oh, it's just like Amazon. Amazon does that. But I do agree on the check balances. Shouldn't be difficult.
Yeah.
The end.
Yep. Cool.
Is that it? That is the episode, and we're heading into holiday season. We're going to take a quick little break between recordings, but we should be, you will hear from us when you start thinking about work again. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So happy holidays to everybody, and we will I want to say see you again, but you'll hear from us again
That's right.
in the new year.
Have a good one, and I don't know, have fun, stay safe. The end. Goodbye.
See ya. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast app. You can find out more about us and our podcast on our website at productbydesign.co. You can also follow us on Twitter at prodbydesign. That's at prod_by_design. You can follow me on Twitter at Kyle Larry Evans. And you can also find Eva on Twitter at Yan Chow Chow. See you next time.